All right, guys. Welcome back to the weekly market outlook and setup analysis for this week. Okay, and just like our culture, right? We would like to start with um, DXY. Right, we would like to see what may likely happen on this pair. As you can see, this is DXY pair, and based on the weekly stock market structure is actually very bullish. So my bias for this pair is still bullish for this pair, right? I will be looking at buying this pair on the daily time frame. The market actually came all the way down last week and actually take out this liquidity zone, right? And it's actually trading away. And what I'm actually expecting this week is market to come back, right, to retest this particular order block before going up. And on the 30 minutes time frame, I actually want this particular IP zone to be respected. And my IPs actually means an interest point. I want to see a weekly manipulation to the downside before I actually see it going up. However, if the market open and the market actually went up to take out this high, I might be looking at selling this pair to the downside. So these are the two likely setup that we might likely see for this pair. So we just wait to see the manipulation, where the manipulation will take place before taking this pair. And just like what I've said earlier, this pair on the weekly time frame still remain bullish, right? As you can see, it was actually consolidating around this area. Let's see if we are going to have any breakout from there, and this market should actually expand from there. Right. The other setup that we'll be looking at is on euro and euro USD. On the weekly time frame, also this is actually very bearish, right? On daily time frame, right, we already have a break in market structure here. Then this can be confirmed as a lower high. So I'm expecting a manipulation to the upside to take this pair down. However, if this high is rated, I might be looking at retracement to the downside before I will continue to go up. But I'm expecting a weekly manipulation to the upside, right? A weekly manipulation to the upside to probably get to take out this high before I will be looking to sell this market down. Right, that's actually for the euro pair. That's actually what I will be expecting. And just like what I said, if this high is rated, then I will be looking to actually sell, I mean, to buy this pair up. But if that is not taken, then I will just wait for the manipulation, then to continue this trend down. However, market might actually give us our setup and actually present it to us, and we might likely take this market to the downside. But I'm bearish on this pair. So far, the market structure did not change. Another pair that we're actually going to look at is on gold, right? Gold on the weekly time frame. On the monthly, I love seeing gold on the monthly time frame. Is actually based on the current trend that is actually forming from year to year. It is a bullish market that you can see is creating a series of higher highs and higher lows. But based on the market structure we have here, we can actually say that the LPC pattern that we have here is actually an inverse pattern, right? Market came here all the way down to take an inverse pattern, and also it took out all these 2 month high. Then on the daily time frame, it actually created a liquidity pool here. However, just like what I said, on the daily time frame, it is also bullish, right? So if this level remain constant, that shows if this level hold, this particular order block hold, we might likely see more upside on this pair. However, if this level hold, right, I will just take this as a liquidity grab, then I will take this market to the downside. I actually want to see a breaker here on the daily time frame before I will actually continue to sell this market down. But however, this might actually be an interest point for us to buy this pair from when the market open. That shows that we might be getting our pattern, entry pattern on the 1 hour time frame or M30 to appear on this particular zone before we actually look to sell this pair, buy this pair up. However, if this level is broken, then we might be looking for a retracement. Then this pair might actually give us something around 2,000 pips, because I will be targeting this area, right, or this area. Then on the final note, if this level is broken, then gold might actually go more down, more to the downside, right? So that's actually the analysis for gold. Then we are going to look at GBPUSD, all right? For GBPUSD, what are we anticipating on this pair? Now, for GBPUSD, on the weekly, I will start from the weekly. This is actually a bearish structure. is bearish on the weekly. Then on the daily, it already broke this weekly high, I mean this daily high, then retrading back into this particular order block. So if this order block we hold, we might likely see more upside on this pair. However, we can actually see a particular doji candle being broken here. When the market open, we might likely see a manipulation to the upside. Then this market might actually drop to the downside. Then checking the GBP index, GBP index actually still strong for now. So that might actually aid GBPS to actually go to the upside. But however, if this level is actually withhold, we might likely see this pair going up. But if this level is broken, then GBP might actually go more down. Right. So let's look at USDCHF. What are we expecting on this pair on weekly time frame? I'm still bullish on the weekly time frame, right? It was creating a higher lower high, right? Lower low, a lower high, a lower low, then actually broke market structure. Then on the daily time frame, we also have the pattern there. It came back to retest this other block, then actually failed to make a high. Now, this pair will actually be a sell when this level is broken, but we don't actually have this level broken. Until this level is broken, then I will not look to sell this pair. I will just look for opportunities, the best opportunity for me to buy it. And it already broke market structure high. Then we are expecting when the market open to give us manipulation to the downside before going higher. So that is what I'll be expecting for that pair. And we are going to look at USD30, and USD30 analysis for the USD30 can be used for any other pair as Nasdaq, which is actually US Tech, right, or D30, right. I always use those analyses together, right. So any analysis actually used for US30 can actually be used for any other pair, UK 100, right. All those pairs actually follow suit because based on my own method, I use one particular analysis for all the indices that I actually have on my watch list. Right. So for USD30, this is actually a very bullish market on a daily, but on the weekly time zone, time frame, is actually bearish. And this might likely help us to see a retest of this zone, probably a retest of this zone before we see more downside on this pair. However, if that is the case, we might see some kind of manipulation then before this market will actually come to hit this level. Or probably when the market open, this pair might just probably give us a gap up or probably trade to the upside before dropping. But you should know the current trend of this pair is actually bullish. As you can see, it created a low, it created a lower high, then failed to create a lower low, but it actually came to create a low, then broke this market structure. So this can be called a higher low, then this can be called a higher high, right? So we're expecting a manipulation to create another higher low for us to continue to ride this trend down. Now, this actually applies to any other indices. So we'll be looking for our pattern just for us to take this pair, right, to the upside. And lastly, I would like to look at gold just to see what might likely happen on this pair. Now, as you can see, oil, right, is now trading around $18, right? It already broke this particular swing low, which is actually the lower low here. Then on the daily time frame, the same thing. So we might likely see some kind of retracement before we might continue to trade this gold down, right? So that is actually what we have there. But however, if this market actually open, because this is actually a liquidity pool, then when we have a break in market structure, right, on this particular pair, we might likely see some kind of retracement, probably to the 50%, 50% of this particular zone, right? I mean, probably 72%, probably this level before we see more downside. That's actually on a note of predicting this particular pair to go that far. But you should know that all round bias of this pair is actually still bearish until when this weekly high is broken before we can start seeing more bullish upside or more bullish move, or on the daily time frame when this particular swing high is broken, then we might be looking at more upside. But for now, we will just look for selling opportunities, best selling opportunity on any of our bias time frame, our setup time frame, for us to take this pair down. All right. This is actually my weekly analysis for this pair, right, that I've chosen for this week, right? You can go through them. Then, if you don't understand what I mean by LPC, that's liquidity provider concept, right? You can as well go to the playlist and get those videos and study them. And likewise, you can join our uh, Telegram channel. That's actually where I post some of my setup, probably once in a week or twice in a week, to see my predictions for the week, and that's where you get the exact setup I will be looking at. Right, that's actually on my Telegram channel. You can try to join the Telegram channel, and also on this YouTube channel, you can comment on the comment section on the probably terms you would like me to speak more on, or some other basic forex concepts that I've actually talked about in this mood, in this particular webinar that you want me to talk about. You can just comment on the comment section, and I will look at them and actually make a video on that. So don't forget to like this video, and also make sure you subscribe. Right, you will see the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to receive notification anytime I upload another video. And also, don't forget to share with your friend. And I will see you in the next section. Thank you.